Hi everyone, this is Menz here, playing the Tier 9 German heavy tank, the VK4502B on, or the hell, Murovanka. Now, this tank has gotten a pretty significant armor buff in this recent patch. Now, for a map like this, your turret is your weakest chink of your armor. I'm actually, still gonna for caution to the wind, and I'm gonna go to the forest area, believe it or not. The reason being is A, I can keep the enemy semi far away, and also there's no arty, and if you go on the 1 and 2 line, a lot of the times, say in a heavy tank, sometimes you're basically down low in the 1 and 2 line, and there's enemies up on the 2 line on the little hills shooting down into you, and it actually negates a bit of your armor if the people shooting at you are smart on your upper glacis and also parts of your turret, stuff like that. Just basically, as long as if they're not shooting your lower glacis, they have an easier time to go through your armor, which some people know, but some people don't, but it's something I want to try to avoid. Okay, thank you for shooting.
Kette beschädigt. Kette verloren. Wir sind bewegungsunfähig. Sichtgeräte beschädigt. Der Motor hat keine Leistung mehr.
How the fuck am I still spotted? But I definitely took quite a few shots there. I'm not dead, so I'm not mad. At least I got the enemy a little antsy to push into the forest. But it definitely surprised me a little bit that I was spotted from over there. Generally, you're okay, but once you push past that little building, usually you're spotted in the bottom half of the F line, not exactly in the top half like me. So it's just a little bit of a shock, but it all turned out pretty good. But I bet that T62A has some pretty fucking good camo skills and vision skills to be able to spot us without us actually seeing him. Be nice if someone with HP would move up. There's that little fucking asshole. As you saw there, I took quite a beating. Took a lot of my HP out, but at the same time, the old VK would not have survived half of what I deflected.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung. Wirkungstreffer. Der ging nicht durch.
And another miss. Now gun-wise, the gun on this isn't that bad. You're not going to out-damage a lot of people as far as tier 9s and tier 9 heavies go, but it does hit pretty hard for a tier 9 tank, heavy-wise. And the only main things about it is it doesn't have overwhelming penetration, and its reload's a little bit long, that's all. But for a tier 9 heavy, especially with this armor, it is a pretty decent gun. Now, if only my engine wasn't damaged.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Overall, a pretty easy game. A little closer in the end than I expected, but we were not really in any trouble of losing. So, of course, steel wall. I kind of expected that. Damage-wise, not exactly great. 2,000. Experience a little bit higher. But as you see here, deflected 5,080 damage. And I spotted for just under 2k, which is pretty good, in my opinion. Could have been a lot worse if I have died quickly, but let's hop into another battle here and see how it goes. You can find a weak spot guide for the VK4502 B on my website, wotguru.com. It helps you with shooting enemy VKs and also learning about your armor. There are quite a few weak spots on it still. Even though your hull in the front is very strong now, your turret does still leave open quite a few weak spots depending on your tank. And then that little machine gun port, the lower flat spot where the gun actually sticks out, and the little vision port on the hull, sometimes you can go right through that. There's no armor tied to it, but sometimes your shell will get soaked up by the module and you'll not do any HP damage, but that's something that's kind of annoying. I usually just aim for the machine gun or the turret weak spots. Okay, so they have the middle road, but as long as if people can keep pushing up, I gotta conquer. Kinda want something a little beefier behind me.
Das muss wehtun.
want to be careful about these TDs over here. I can side scrape pretty damn well against the IS-8 and E3, but not exactly against those TDs as well at the same time. Don't want to get popped by the 183 on the side, that's my main concern. Just like that.
Wir stecken fest. Gegnerisches Fahrzeug ausgeschaltet. Unsere Kette ist zerstört. Wir sitzen fest.
Fuck, that was a bad shot.
Los geht's.
I just went center mass hoping it would pen, but I was shooting at his toughest armor.
Wirkungstreffer. Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Yay, and I'm gonna
Kette
die now.
verloren. Wir sind bewegungsunfähig. Sie haben uns. Raus.
But not much you can do in matches like this, or tier 10s. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but they definitely didn't play aggressive enough in my opinion, especially in the town, because the enemy took the center line, they took the 1 and 2 line, and it's kind of pointless to take the field after that because there's no real advantage that the field gives you in a way, unless if you're able to flank properly. But if you lose the town, especially the 1 and 3 line, which the middle that middle road definitely influences that, it's really hard to come back from it. And especially when you have a bunch of tier 10s that play well into town and they don't go town, then you're kind of screwed. And this guy is definitely mad. I don't think he realizes that he's playing a tank that has little to no armor. So, of course somebody's going to hit you every single time. You're pretty big and your armor sucks. So, pretty much anything can penetrate you. So, deal with it. Oh yeah, attack the hell. Pretty sure you're just bad. But anyway, loss is a loss. Would have been nice if I could have did more, but didn't have any real support behind me except for the Conqueror to actually push up further. So overall, top amount of damage on my team, 3,169. Destroyed 1 tank, Of course, I got the most amount of experience. It wasn't that hard though. As you see here, kind of slim pickings for the rest of our team. Deflect it. Once again, a lot of damage deflected. This tank definitely has a ton of armor now. It moved from being iffy on armor to having a shit ton of it. So still deflecting over 2,000 is pretty good in my opinion, and turned a little bit of a profit. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.